This is Mike Said It First on a Friday night, live on 12 Ounce Sports.
Drinkade, ready for distribution worldwide.
Don't tell me you're tired, because I know I'm not. It's Saturday, May 23rd, 2020, and we've got 7 topics to talk about tonight on Mike Said It First. What is Mike Said It First, you ask? The show by me, Michael Carvelis, as I talk about sports and give you rare opinions you will not hear on TV. I am unbiased and I'm ready to go. And sometimes I do tend to call it like I see it before it even happens. On today's show, the NBA is back, well, almost. Michael Jordan gets called out by Horace Grant. I'll break that down and give my take. Cowboys quarterback dilemma, Dalton, Dak, Dallas. Come on now, guys. Let's settle this like men. How to fix unpopular sports. Something got me thinking today when watching horse racing and baseball and stuff like that, so stay tuned. 4th and 15, a new rule being implemented by the NFL. Will it pass? Will it be good? Tyre versus Phil, Manny versus Brady, and a Brady documentary. Oh boy. It's time. Hope you guys are ready. First topic. The NBA is almost back. In fact, I remember there's been a lot of speculation that they should just, stop the entire thing and just restart, and so that way we can start next season in time. I'm here to tell you what I've always said from that standpoint. Let's not be stupid here. And also, let's be real. Like, do you really think the NBA was going to do this? Like, hearing these people talk about how, we don't need the season to end was kind of comical. Actually, it made me laugh really hard because I'm like, LeBron James versus Kawhi Leonard for an LA versus LA, the year of Kobe's death. Giannis Antetokounmpo dragging the Bucks to one of the best records in NBA history. As like he's the future. The Toronto Raptors doing well without said Kawhi. The NBA has a lot of things that they can't just, stop. Because I brought up the fact that, hey, if we're just going to stop the whole thing, let's just cancel all the stats that happened this season too. Like, if we're going to do it like that. No. The NBA knew fans would not accept that. And for those of you that said that they would, I pray for you because now you look kind of stupid. So are we back? Well, not yet. So I'm not totally home free and right about this, but I will say this. NBA is in negotiations with Las Vegas and with Orlando Disney World. I cannot wait. If they said the word on the street of Spencer Dinwiddie, the word on the street is it could start up by late July and finish around September. That would be awesome. I don't know why they wouldn't just jump into the playoffs, considering how the seeding is already working out. But, I'm okay if they, play a few more regular season games. I just feel like this is absolutely perfect timing. My favorite part about this whole thing has been people on Twitter are like, all these verified trolls are literally saying, oh, well, why would they contend with the NFL and college football? Listen, are we that stupid? Do you guys realize when the NBA starts usually in October and football's over by February, the NBA is going through regular season at that point? Well, it's well documented that the NBA has always had fun battling with football. So I don't think Adam Silver really gives 2 cents about that. Maybe 2 million, but I don't think he gives 2 cents about that like people think he does. Oh, well, they have to contend with football. Well, again, if you're a basketball fan, nobody cares. I prefer to watch the Lakers play. I prefer to watch the Trailblazers play the Golden State Warriors more than I want to watch, Duke play Morgan State. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, I don't think NBA would be that in big of trouble here. I think it's stupid that people would even say that, especially those verified checkbox. Those are always the worst opinions on Twitter to me. I don't know why, but they annoy the crap out of me. Anyways, what could this look like? I believe it's going to be like a full team playoff 7-game series. Again, having no fans, I think the NBA might be one of those sports that literally is going to suffer the most from no fans. Like, while watching Korean baseball, I was like, okay, baseball could pull this off. You know, football, maybe more so NFL than college football, because college football has a lot of rowdy fans. I feel like football could kind of get away with it, but the NBA is the one league I think everybody's realizing, you know, what's going to happen here. Like, NASCAR has not missed a beat. I mean, they did, but they have not missed a beat. The racing is still phenomenal. It's not like you could hear the fans at Darlington over the cars anyways until Kyle Busch would win and he would get booed off the track. But that's about it. Like, during the race, nobody can hear the fans. So the NBA, being in a closed arena with all these aluminum walls and stuff, would be interesting to see. But the show must go on, and I really cannot wait until it does. I still believe the Lakers would win the championship. I'm on the record by saying that I will stand by that. But the NBA is back almost, and I believe we're going to see it pretty soon. Because, I mean, anything is soon right now. Like, even in October, if we started it back up then, I feel like it would be sooner than later because we've just waited for so long, and time has not flown by because we have not been having fun. But I'm excited. The storyline should be concluded. I cannot wait until they are. And if LeBron loses in the finals, 3-7, I don't care. He's still the best player ever. I'm sorry. I mean, not really. Anyways, speaking of basketball, Michael Jordan, we know the documentary that turned into a Michael Jordan documentary. It was supposed to detail the last dance and what happened behind the scenes, but it was more about Michael Jordan's story, like life story. But Horace Grant, among others, has been kind of vocal about the whole documentary. He said, like, there was one scene where Michael Jordan supposedly on an airplane said, oh, Horace Grant can't eat tonight. He didn't play hard enough. And Horace Grant's saying, you know, that's only half the story because the other half, or should I say 60%, is when Horace Grant gets up in Michael Jordan's face and says, all right, go ahead and try me. And Michael Jordan sits down like a little puppy. So basically this proves another point of mine that Michael Jordan was a bully. Horace Grant is making the point that he would not try to pick on big guys because big guys would stand up to him and he would back down like a little you-know-what. I think it's funny, you know, I want to talk about this because I want to talk more about the Michael Jordan fan base. I find it funny that LeBron James, anything this man can do, like he can be down 3-0 while averaging 40 points, shooting over 50% with a triple-double, and all fans see is he's 3-6 in the finals. Like, Michael Jordan fans have this weird trick of nobody can ever touch their guy. Like, this isn't even about eras and whose era was better. This is flat out, oh, Michael Jordan, that he's just the god and that was it. Like, they literally anoint this guy to be some god, and it's like, why? It's sports. Like, it's okay to admit if a guy's better. If you think he's better, sure. But when factual evidence keeps on being shoved down your throat, and all you can say is 3-6, it's like, what is the point? Like, I find it more interesting and important and valuable to drag a team of nobodies to the finals and lose than it is to play with Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, etc., and beat a one superstar, sometimes two superstar team. And I wouldn't even call them superstars because John Stockton and Karl Malone are one-dimensional players. I'm sorry if you get offended by that, but it's true. I've just never understood how Michael Jordan can do no wrong in history. Like, there is not, this man is a gambling addict too. He's a gambling, okay, well, I'm not gonna, because that's not sports, but I'm still saying he's a gambling addict, nobody cares. He's a drunk, nobody cares. He's a terrible team owner, nobody cares. He passed the ball to John Paxson and Steve Kerr, but nobody cares because it's Michael Jordan. Like his shoes just prove somehow that he's the GOAT. I've literally heard old heads tell me at my job that, oh, well, LeBron doesn't have the shoe game. Well, what does that have to do with my guy is 2 inches taller, 30, 40 pounds heavier, stronger, faster, can do the same things but better, and you're telling me that your guy is good because he's got a shoe game? It's really comical to hear this stuff, and Horace Grant's being raked through the coals by Michael Jordan fans because he's somehow soft and he was a snitch in some book that nobody even read. But you know what? It's fine. I get it. Some people have a favorite player, but I promise you, if LeBron James ends up being surpassed by a guy like Zion Williamson or somebody 20 years down the road, I promise you I'm not going to hold on to, oh, LeBron James is the best, because I'll know I'm not an idiot. Like, don't be biased. If facts are shoved at you and you have the skill in saying the same arguments, you look kind of stupid after a while. And I feel sorry for guys like Horace Grant who are completely overshadowed by this Last Dance thing. It's really sad, honestly. And I'm going to skip to this topic before anything else, because where am I at here? That's not it. I don't have it up. It's the Brady documentary. So I want to go and talk about the Brady documentary, because I just talked about MJ versus Horace. I forgot to make a little topic tab for Brady documentary. So Tom Brady, I'm just going to keep it to this. Tom Brady is now going to have a 9-part documentary of himself, like, next year. Like, I guess next offseason of the NFL. I have no idea. Whenever it is, ESPN's airing a 9-part Tom Brady documentary. And since this one was so successful, somehow Tom Brady's will be better. And not only is Tom Brady not even a top 10 quarterback of all time to me, like, I'm going to do a top 10 quarterback list pretty soon here. I'm not going to say when. But Tom Brady is not going to have as good of a documentary. And I'm not just saying that because he's not the better athlete, because he's definitely not the better athlete than Michael Jordan. But Tom Brady, they're going to start shoving all of these documentaries down our throats since this one did so well. But there was literally nothing else to watch. Like, I would not have watched The Last Dance. I don't think a lot of people would have watched The Last Dance had an NBA game been on. Like, I really don't think that's the case. Like, he came on Sunday nights, and sometimes there was good Sunday NBA games, but this time there wasn't, okay? I do not think we would be watching this thing. I don't think it would be as popular as it was. It turned out to be, I didn't really care. It got repetitive, and honestly, I stopped watching after like episode 5. My point is, though, ESPN's going to start shoving these things in our throats, these long 30 for 30s, if you will. And I think it's going to be comical to watch Tom Brady and see, because I feel like Tom Brady's going to have to sign off on a lot of things, too. And I hope the man addresses the cheating stuff, like the 5 different cheating scandals the Patriots have had. That'd be interesting. I hope he addresses the system quarterback thing. That'd be interesting. He's not going to. But oh well. Next up, when we come back after 12-ounce sports weight loss, I'll talk about how the Cowboys quarterback dilemma, and later on, how to fix unpopular sports. And don't forget, 4th and 15. Yeah, you're going to want to hear about my take on that. I'll be back. This is Mike's At It First. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis, and guess what? The Cowboys have more drama. I haven't really talked about this on my show, but The reason I'm bringing this up is because I want to really get into something I feel like is going to be fun. It's going to be a nice little prediction of mine here. Actually, I was going to do that. But, okay, so Cowboys have a problem with Dak Prescott not wanting to sign a contract. If you are new to my show, you will have heard me say before that Dak Prescott, I am a big fan of his. I'm losing my respect for him as the days go by. Maybe it's because the Dallas media just likes to create drama, but I feel like Dak Prescott's being a little bit greedy here. I mean, and a little bit greedy might be an overstatement. You know, for years there was an argument on TV about who was better, Carson Wentz or Dak Prescott. I'm here to tell you after last season, based on the situations that both teams had, Carson Wentz is a far better quarterback than Dak Prescott. And I've been a fan of Dak since he started for Tony Romo, okay? I have jumped on the bandwagon. I liked him at Mississippi State. I liked him even more in the NFL. He's a smart player. What he's not smart about is this whole contract situation. I don't know who his agent is, but I seriously question him for drinking problems and stuff like that too. Because Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. He can win games, but he is not, and get this, a $45 million a year quarterback. I understand the market is this and the market is that. Listen, this doesn't apply to Dak Prescott. I don't care. This man has marketing deals, and you know, people make the arguments that, yes, the marketing deals are there, but, you know, they're not the Cowboys, and I understand that. But Dak Prescott acting like he's some superstar is pretty ignorant and kind of stupid. Like, again, I've been a Dak Prescott fan, but this is getting to the point where if I'm the Cowboys, I trade Dak Prescott. I said it. And honest to God, I'd start Andy Dalton. And I think Andy Dalton would actually be better for the Cowboys. I'm not saying Andy Dalton's better than Dak Prescott. I'm saying he's better for the Cowboys. What do I mean by that? Dak Prescott is a gamer. And the way the Cowboys supposedly build their offense around Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott is a guy who wants to get the job done at all costs. Whether or not that becomes into fruition, I get it. You know, Dak makes some awesome plays. But I believe a Kirk Cousins or an Andy Dalton would be more suffice for Dak Prescott, for the Cowboys. Because those kind of guys are guys that don't mind handing it off 50 times a game. They don't mind dropping back 3 steps and hitting one guy. Dak Prescott will try to extend the play. He'll try to make something happen. He'll try to bust forward the line for a first down. That's not what the Cowboys need. And until the Cowboys get through their thick skulls that he's not going to win the Super Bowl, then this contract thing will drag out. And after he finally gets signed, the Cowboys will have no room left on the cap space. And it's kind of sad. I'm an Ezekiel Elliott fan more than I am a Dak Prescott fan. And I'm not a fan of Andy Dalton. But Andy Dalton would be better for the Cowboys than Dak Prescott. Dak is a gamer. And Dak is also showing a lot of selfish stupidity. It's kind of sad. Because, again, you're losing my respect. Not that matters. But you're showing what matters to you. Because everybody thought, oh, well, Dak loves to win. And I thought that too. But this does not look like he wants to win. Like, oh, he wants to sit with his family for years. Screw the grandkids that you don't even have yet. You don't even have a kid yet, much less a grandkid or a great-grandkid. Stop that. You're going to live till you're 85 years old and die, okay? So stop this grandkid stuff, okay? Not everyone's trying to do that. Dak's just being a greedy snob right now. And I'm sorry, it has to be said. Because after missing the playoffs last season when they should have been in it, it's kind of sad. Like, you can't just beg for $45 million. And the sad thing is Cowboys might give it to him. But again, if I'm the Cowboys, I trade the man for some picks, if they can, and I'd start Andy Dalton. It's that simple. This guy is not worth this much. I would give him 35, and when I say the max, I would mean if I absolutely saw him in practice every day and I knew what he was capable of. But $35 million is pressing it, buddy. 45, you're out of your stupid mind. I do feel sorry for the Cowboys, man. They could be good, but stuff like this is just not going to cut it for me. Okay, when I come back, I'll talk about how to fix unpopular sports something got me thinking earlier today. I'll tell you what it is, and I'll tell you what my solution is for sports like baseball and hockey and stuff like that. Also, 4th and 15. What does that mean? What will it mean for the NFL if the rule is passed? And later on, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning square off in the Tiger versus Phil match tomorrow. Here are my takes on that and my prediction. I'll be back.
Nothing makes us happier at Lexington Law than when our clients cancel our services. Listen to this client call and see what we mean.
Lexington Law Firm, this is Erin.
I would like to cancel my account.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, don't be. Actually, you guys have done tremendous work for me, and I was working with you for several years now, and my goal was to get a mortgage written by the end of this year, and I just got that mortgage commitment.
That is wonderful.
My credit went from like 440 working with you guys to 700.
Nice.
And I got a very good 4.25% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. I have nothing at all bad to say. If you ever want me to write a testimonial, well, I will. As a matter of fact, I've recommended you to a lot of friends.
Lexington Law has served over 500,000 clients, taking expert action on their credit that has led to the removal of millions of questionable negative items from their credit reports. Call now and learn more about how Lexington Law may be able to help you in the removal of negative items from your credit report, such as collections, late payments, charge-offs, and many others. Call Lexington Law today.
Thank you once again for tuning in to Mike Said It First. I'm your host, Michael Carr. Fellas, don't forget the show recap coming up in a little bit. Also, golf talk for the first time ever on the show. And also, how to fix unpopular sports. But first, the 4th and 15 NFL rule change that's got people talking. You know, it's funny. One of the things the NFL has not missed a beat on is this coronavirus. Like, they have literally not missed anything. Everybody watching the NFL draft, they have these rule changes coming in, free agency period, all this stuff during coronavirus. Is like, you lucky sons of guns. Honest to God. Why can't we just have the NBA go on and while you guys suffer? But that's okay. I know a lot of people like football. So, basically, what the NFL is trying to approve, and it's getting pretty far into the approval process, is the fact that if instead of the onside kick, which is one of the most boring things on earth, instead of the onside kick, when a team is trailing, and only when they're trailing and not leading, when a team is trailing, they can try a 4th and 15 from their own 25. And if they convert, they start moving the ball again and have another chance to score. That being said, do I like this? And what does it mean for the NFL if approved? Number one, I completely love this. I am 100% in awe of what this can be. One of the best takes I heard, I forgot who it was on TV that said it, was that we don't want to see the hands team be the one deciding the game. We want to see the Patrick Mahomes of the world coming in there and getting things done when they're trailing. So that was a great point to me, and it pretty much sold me on the whole thing. I don't see why you wouldn't approve this. It makes it more exciting. It also makes for a lot more drama and decision-making. That being said, when it gets approved, I believe it could be a very great thing for the NFL. Like I said, it could make the game a lot more fast-paced, and it could also make the game more exciting as a fan. And what more would we love to see than a team trailing by 8 with a chance to 4th and 15, it's all the way down the field, and get a 2-point conversion possibly. But this is awesome to me. It's probably the residue of the XFL. The XFL has something similar in place. I'm very excited for what this rule is going to be. Again, put it in the balls of the play. Put it in the balls. Put it in the hands of the playmakers and not the hands of the hands team. This is a great idea for the NFL. That being said, when I say unpopular sports, I don't mean NFL or NBA, because those are the cream of the crop in the United States. I'm not talking about in Europe, because obviously soccer is the world beater. That being said, I find it very interesting. When I was watching replays of baseball and hockey today, something stood out to me. And it's been right in front of our faces since tickers began. Scoring. One thing the NFL and the NBA has done that's been similar to each other has been amping up the scoring. I'm not saying baseball should juice the baseballs. I'm not saying hockey should just have shootouts every now and again. I'm saying the best sports in the United States in terms of NFL and NBA will always be more popular until it will always be that way until the other sports catch on. I've wanted to say about soccer for about 6 months now. I've said soccer should shorten the field because it's boring watching when you can't even see the goal in one frame. It's like 20 frames down the field, like we're not seeing anything. Like, where's the goal at? I feel like soccer just does a lot of walking around the field because their guys do get tired for 90 stinking minutes, or cut the game in half to 45 minutes. That still would be awesome to me. Another thing about this, in baseball, I know it's kind of too late because baseball's kind of a boring sport as it is, but baseball, literally, when I'm watching Korean baseball, it's so much more easy to watch as a fan. Like, one of the things technology has done to our brains has made our brains think that everything should be happening now. Our brains do not want to wait for anything. Our brains want this to be done. The simple fact of the matter is, Korean baseball is awesome. I don't know if they had a pitch clock, but the pitcher was seemed like within 15 to 20 seconds, he was getting that ball out. And it made for a lot of scoring. I'm not saying the games will be 25 to 20, because that'd be dumb baseball scores if we're being quite honest with ourselves. But baseball should have a pitch clock to make it faster, so the scoring will go up and it looks more sexy to the eyes. And in terms of hockey, I'm not a big hockey fan as it is. I'm trying to get into it because I know there's a lot of northern people who listen to 12-ounce sports, and that's okay. Hockey's a very tough sport to play. It's one of the hardest skilled sports to play. But hockey, you'll see a lot of 0-0 games, and it's kind of annoying. Hockey can kind of get away with it, though, because they are fast-paced as it is, and they're like constant action. The commentators have to catch their breaths half the time. But sports like soccer and baseball, especially soccer, who's, the sport that's on the come up and supposedly MLS will be big. No, it won't. The soccer will never be big in the United States until it gets with the times. And again, it's sad that had to happen. In fact, I'll put it this way. NASCAR, I haven't watched NASCAR in years. I watched it for the first time the other day. I used to be a huge Jeff Gordon fan. My point is with NASCAR did something when Jimmy Johnson was winning 7 championships out of like 9 years. They did something to the sport. They changed the point system to where it's not just season-long points. It's the last race has 4 drivers to determine the championship to make it more exciting. They also sped up the pace of the race. And instead of 500 laps of this boring stuff with cautions, they have like 3 or 4 segments now. And if you win a segment, you gain even more points towards your race total. So even NASCAR has done something about it. But until Major League Baseball and Major League Soccer do something about their sports, they'll never be as popular as they want to be. And fans can do all this wishful thinking all they want about how baseball's better. Listen, it's not. In America, especially in America, we are all about speed and technology. And until those two dumb sports can get that out in their heads, they're not going to be close to the NBA and the NFL. The NBA could catch the NFL because it's keeping pace. It's keeping speed. The scoring's up while still keeping the integrity of the game. Soccer and baseball should follow suit. Hockey, I have to look more into that, but hockey is already fast-paced, like I said, as it was. But why do baseball and soccer just feel like they don't have to do anything? Like, you can't just sit around and think, well, God, we're getting popular. No, you're going to stop getting popular until you change it, because people aren't going to watch. When I come back from the final break, we're going to have a show recap, and then we're going to talk about golf. Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning, or should I say Phil Mickelson versus Tiger Woods. Who's going to win? Who has the edge in both categories? And what to expect. Have a good one, guys. We'll be right back.
That's what's needed to get to that next level. I'm Rob Pennell, and I'm going to teach you how to be an offensive machine.
For the marching exercise, you want to sit down in the center front of your chair, bring your feet shoulder width apart, and form a 90-degree angle with your knees. From here, you're going to lift one foot and raise the opposite arm, just as you march in place in your chair. Make sure you keep that core nice and tight and you breathe into it, and also maintain good posture with a straight back.
What's going on? How are you guys enjoying the show or enjoyed the show, whatever? If you're just joining us, don't worry. The replay will be up soon. It was Saturday, May 23rd, 2020 tonight. It's 10:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A show recap before we get to the Tiger versus Phil match. NBA's back almost, and I've told you guys from day one it was going to come back because of the storylines involved, and it looks like it's going to happen. Although I'm kind of skeptical about the no fans, but we'll get used to it once it's back. Michael Jordan versus Horace Grant is annoying to me because Horace Grant is looked at as a sissy, when in reality Michael Jordan was a bully and is a god according to his fan base. Cowboys quarterback dilemma is kind of interesting. I feel like Dak Prescott, the Cowboys should just move on from him. Trade him or do something with him. He's not worth that kind of money. He's not. I'm sorry. And Andy Dalton is a better fit for the Cowboys. He's a quarterback and not a gamer. And I'm not saying Dak couldn't be good somewhere else. He's just not good on that kind of a team. How to fix unpopular sports? Pick up the pace, baseball and soccer. Even NASCAR has picked up the pace in their sports by adding segments. NBA and NFL have done great stuff to improve their pace of their games and make the scoring go up. Who wants to watch a baseball or soccer game where we're running around and throwing balls for 10, 20 minutes at a time just to score 1-0? That's annoying and that's boring. Just pick up the pace, guys. 4th and 15 would be awesome. It also reminds me of the XFL. Rest in peace to that awesome league but poorly run league. And, of course, the Brady documentary. I feel like they're going to shove a lot of these down our throats, and I hope Tom Brady talks about a lot of the things that his haters do not like about him, but he probably won't. And now, the final topic of the day on Mike's It First is golf for the first time ever. Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson are hosting the match via Capital One. I think it's on TNT tomorrow. Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson have always had a long history of rivalry. Although in golf, you can't really have too much of a rivalry. Everybody's funny, rich guys, and they don't really care. Anyways, Peyton Manning will be joining Tiger Woods, and Tom Brady will join Phil Mickelson. In terms of the PGA match above it, like the Tiger versus Phil, I do believe Tiger has the upper edge. Tiger has looked great in recent memory. I don't know what took him so long, but he's back on track to doing awesome things. Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady, I'd actually pick Tom Brady in a golf matchup. I've seen that Tom Brady plays golf a lot more, although it's going to be great TV. I cannot wait for it. I'll watch it because I like Tiger Woods and I like Peyton Manning, and I guess the other two will be okay too. Thankfully, Tiger and Peyton Manning are on the same team because those are my favorites of the group. I couldn't just pick if Tiger was on Brady's team and Phil was on Manning's. That'd be kind of weird to me. It feels like I don't know, just that was just awesome that they put the teams how they were. Anyways, I think Tiger and Peyton might win, but I think it could go either way. Again, both quarterbacks golf a lot. I'm not sure who's better at it. If it's based on throwing talents, I would say Peyton Manning, and it's not even close, but it's not based on that. And golf is actually a very interesting sport to watch. People say, "Oh, it's not a sport." The same casuals that say WNBA is not a sport. I'm like, well, what defines a sport to you? And to me, it takes a lot of talent to swing a ball accurately from the way that they swing that thing. It just takes a lot of concentration and a lot of touch. And I feel like that's a great thing. Not a lot of people possess. That I don't possess hand-eye coordination. I mean, so hey, this is gonna be fun tomorrow. I cannot wait. I'm sorry I was not here last night. I was very tired from work, and I also wasn't very motivated, and I didn't want to just kind of force the show out of my you-know-what. So I'm here. I'm back, and next Friday night I'll do it again. But thanks for tuning into the Saturday night show, and until we see each other again, and I do say this loudly enough, have a good one!